how? How? It was a little crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
what do you want for Christmas?
Hoes.
hey y'all, welcome back to another video. It's Bookmas day 5, 6, I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna be talking about thrillers and mysteries because you know that's my jam. That's my jam. And first up, without further ado, Verity. I recommended this book to everybody. I mean, everybody. Even my sister that doesn't really read books, I recommended this book to her. It was just so good. So it started out with it just started out with a bang anyway. So that was number one. But basically, there's this writer who's hired to finish another author's work by her husband. She's like incapacitated, and yeah, so she's hired to finish her series. She basically finds out that there's more to this author and her husband than what meets the eye. This one right here creeped me out, had me on the edge of my seat, and I was like basically neglecting all of my responsibilities as a wife, as a mom. I was just like, I'm off the clock because I'm reading this book. It was that good. So if you, well, first of all, if you're kind of scary, read it during the daytime. But it's not like gory or anything. It's just creepy. I loved this, like highly loved it. And in the end, if you are team letter, then I don't know what to tell you, because it was stuff that just didn't make no sense. That don't make no sense. But it was like a little spin at the end, that kind of just leaves you like thinking like, dang, so what really happened? But use your noggins, because you know what happened. You know what happened. Next up, I have Monday Is Not Coming. Y'all, this one broke my heart. And I just felt like everybody failed her. There's two best friends, Claudia and Monday. And Monday goes missing. Claudia's like looking for her. She's trying to figure out what happened to her best friend. And basically, I want to say she's just gaslit like the entire time. Like there's not really anything wrong with her. Like you're like reading too much into it. Like, and it follows a story between current events and past events until we end up like basically figuring out what actually happened to Monday and what happened to Claudia as a result of what happened to Monday. That one, I'm not gonna lie, like so I read that earlier this year, and as a mom, I was just like heart on the floor. Like that one really hurt me. But it was, he's saying it was so good, but like it was really good. It's actually highly rated and recommended. It's like one of the books that I think was coming across my TikTok a lot. So, and then next we have First Light Wins. I actually got this from a coworker. He was reading it on a trip, and when he finished it, he gave it to me. And this one was actually kind of crazy, and so I kind of just want to read it inside to you. It says, the identity comes first. Evie Porter, once she's given a name and location by her mysterious boss, Mr. Smith, she learns everything there is to know about the town and the people in it. Then the mark, Ryan Sumner, the last piece of the puzzle is a job. Evie isn't privy to Mr. Smith's real identity, but she knows his job isn't like the others. Ryan has gotten under her skin, and she's starting to envision a different sort of life for herself. But Evie can't make any mistakes, especially after what happened last time. Evie Porter must stay one step ahead of her past while making sure she still has a future in front of her. The stakes couldn't be higher, but then Evie has always liked a challenge. This one was actually kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. And when I thought I figured it out, I did not figure it out. I did not figure it out. IND was wrong. And then when we did figure it out, and how they like basically pull like a Uno reverse, draw 4, draw 2, Uno, Uno out, I was like, oh, but that's my girl, because I'm proud of you. You did that, sis. Yes, yes, actually. But I had a lot of fun with that one. Next, another popular one is The Silent Patient. This was more mystery to me than thriller. And I kind of went to this blind. It was just like, again, it was all over social media, so I just wanted to read it. But it says Alicia Barrison's life is seemingly perfect until one night when her husband Gabriel returns home late from work and Alicia shoots him 5 times in the face and then never speaks another word. Alicia's refusal to talk or give any kind of explanation turns a domestic tragedy into a mystery that captures the public imagination. And she, the silent patient, is hidden away from the tabloids at the Grove, a secure psychiatric unit in North London. Criminal psychotherapist Theo Faber is captivated by Alicia's story and jumps at the opportunity to work with her. His determination to get her to talk and unravel the mystery of why she shot her husband will take him down a path more unexpected and more terrifying than he ever imagined. So, yeah, I did enjoy this. It was a little slow for me, and then it like picked up towards like later in the second half. The only thing is the ending. I was like, don't leave me like that. Like, I mean, it's kind of like you can conclude what happened, but I just want you to tell me. Like, I just want you to tell me. I don't want to have to conclude anything. I want you to tell me. But it was really good. Well, yeah, it was really good. I think I rated it like 3.5 out of 5, and it was only because the ending really blew me. Speaking of international reads for myself, because I live in America, so it's called The Paris Department, and this one I actually really enjoyed. And basically, this girl, she's going to visit her brother because she don't have any money. She they're half siblings, and then their mom died, and they like went to the system, but her brother was adopted and she was not. So anyways, they maintained a relationship, and she went to go visit her brother, but really she's broke, and she's like, hey, I'm trying to get on my feet. And when she gets there, her brother's missing. And so she's like searching for her brother, and she's like, this something's not right. And then she realizes like in the apartment that he was staying in, there was a lot more to the things that were going on than what met the eye. And so she's like going down this rabbit hole trying to solve this mystery and figure out what happened to her brother and save herself at the same time. I was actually shocked with like how things panned out. Like, I kind of knew some of this stuff, but to like learn who did what, I was like, oh. So I really enjoyed that one. That one was a good read for me. I recently finished this, like earlier this week. Local Women Missing. Y'all. I did not. This, I just thought I knew what happened. And to basically make it all the way to the end, and then I'm just now figuring out like, oh girl, you were wrong. you were wrong, is like crazy to me. So basically it says Shelby Tebow is the first to go missing, then Meredith Dickey and her 6-year-old daughter Delilah. vanished just blocks away from where Shelby was last seen, striking fear into their once peaceful community. After an elusive search that yields more questions than answers, the case eventually goes cold. Now, 11 years later, Delilah shockingly returns. Everyone wants to know what happened to her, but no one is prepared for what they'll find. And some people will stop at nothing to keep the truth buried. Y'all. This was a good one. This was a good one. Like, and it wasn't like a straight up like sociopath. I don't know. It was good. It was very, very realistic. And then also just really sad. But that was a good one. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. Okay. Next, we're gonna go to my girl Frida. I'm sure everybody's read this and making it a movie. It's a whole thing. The Housemaid. Very quick, easy, fun read. You do kind of figure out like what happens, but there's just a lot. Like, I don't know. This was good. I really enjoyed this, especially like getting back into reading. It was just like nice to have something that was fast, and I don't know. You could just dive into like somebody else's story. It was a little crazy, I'm not gonna lie, but it was good. Following up, Never Lie. Honestly, I just feel like this one was crazy. Only because I'm like, girl, you are unhinged. Like, clearly you are unhinged. And again, another fast-paced read. Rita McFadden definitely writes like quick reads. It's not, a lot of times you can kind of figure out like what's gonna happen, but they are still like that thriller mystery, kind of give you a little anxious pep. But it says newlyweds Trisha and Ethan are searching for the house of their dreams. They think they found it when they visit the remote manor that once belonged to Dr. Adrian Hale, a renowned psychiatrist who vanished without a trace years ago. But when a violent winter storm traps them at the estate, the house begins to lose its appeal. Stuck inside and growing restless, Trisha stumbles on a collection of audio tapes from Dr. Hill's sessions with patients. As Trisha listens to the cassette tape, she learns about the terrifying chains of events leading up to the doctor's mysterious disappearance. With each tape, another shocking piece of the puzzle falls into place and a web of lies slowly unravels. By the time Trisha reaches the final cassette, the one that reveals the entire horrifying story, it will be too late. So, I remember thinking like, girl, get out of there. But then you also realize like, I don't want to tell y'all, but I'm just like, yeah, this was a good one. And I don't know, I felt like I was still surprised, but a friend that I read it with was like, she kind of knew what happened, and I was like, how? How? But it is what it is. Next we have Where Sleeping Girls Lie. Honestly, I got this because the cover's beautiful. Like, I got it because the cover is nice. And this was a little thicker of a read. Kind of. It's like almost 400 pages. $3.98. And it was like small font, so yeah, this was a lengthier read for me, but I did enjoy it. And I'm gonna just read y'all the synopsis because I don't want to like tell y'all anything that happens. So Sadeh Hussein is starting her third year of high school, this time at the prestigious Alfred Nobel Academy boarding school after being homeschooled. Misfortune has been a constant companion throughout her life, but even Sadeh doesn't expect her new roommate, Elizabeth, to disappear after Sadeh's first night, or for people to think she had something to do with it. With rumors swirling around her, Sadeh catches the attention of the girls collectively known as the Unholy Trinity, and they bring her into their fold. Between learning more about them, especially Persephone, who Sadeh is inexplicably drawn to, and playing catch-up in class, Sadeh already has so much on her plate. But when it seems time, I can't answer it clearly, but when it seems people don't care enough about what happened to Elizabeth, it's up to her and Elizabeth's best friend Faz to investigate. and then the student is found dead. As Sade and Baz keep trying to figure out what's going on, Sade realizes there's more to Alfred Nobel Academy and its students than she thought. Secrets lurk around every corner and beneath every surface, secrets that rival even her own. So this is a YA book, but I don't know. I do think there was a lot of depth to it that I wasn't expecting. I do think there were also some parts where I was like, we really could have done without this. Like, this is kind of dragging. But overall, I did enjoy this. And then I talked about this recently as well. It's called Do What Godmother Says. And this one was crazy for so many reasons. It says a modern day writer and a Harlem Renaissance artist are connected by a painting with a deadly secret in this gripping gothic thriller. And the way that we find out like how they're connected and what's to come of that, similar to Verity, this one kind of creeped me out in certain parts because I was like, girl, you not gonna make it. You not gonna make it. They gonna get you. But this one kind of kept me on my toes, so I did enjoy this. This was a really good read for me, and I enjoyed like other kind of historical parts to it as well. Like there were cultural aspects that were added into it that added depth to the story. So thoroughly enjoyed this. And then last but not least, When No One Is Watching. I did not expect this out of this book. This one kind of like was a crazy read. Honestly, I might reread this in February just because like it says Sydney Green is Brooklyn born and raised, but her beloved neighborhood seems to change every time she blinks. Condos are sprouting up like weeds, for sale signs are popping up overnight, and the neighbors she's known all her life are disappearing. To hold on to her community, past and present, Sydney channels her frustration into a walking tour and finds an unlikely and unwanted assistant in one of the new arrivals to the block, her neighbor Theo. But Sydney and Theo's deep dive into history quickly becomes a dizzying descent into paranoia and fear. Their neighbors may not have moved to the suburbs after all, and the push to revitalize the community may be more deadly than advertised. When does coincidence become conspiracy? Where do people go when gentrification pushes them out? Can Sydney and Theo trust each other or themselves long enough to find out before they too disappear? When you find out how these people were disappearing, I was like sick. I was like, throw everybody under the jail. You know what? Hell, immediately. Because like, there is just no way. Like, there's just no way. And I think what also like locked me in with this book was like knowing that things like this really did happen to people. And granted, it's a little bit exaggerated, but still, the reality was or is that like these things happen. Like people will be missing or taken for things. Dang, I almost told y'all. But yeah, so anyways, that wraps up today's video. Those are my mystery thriller recommendations from Mystery Thriller Girly. I appreciate you guys joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Love you.